Welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. His Excellency has reassured workers of the Guyana Sugar Corporation that the government will ensure they stay employed. On April 16, the President was able to organize temporary employment for out-of-work cane harvesters of the Iflot estate. The estate's grinding operations have been affected for a number of weeks, resulting in the setback. During a meeting held with hundreds of workers at the Iflot Community Center on the west coast of Demerara, the President announced that the estate would find alternative work for 6 days per week on a short-term basis for the sugar workers. His Excellency and First Lady Mrs. H.E Ali attended the 2022 Rupununi rodeo in Lethem on Saturday last. The President delivered the feature address at the opening ceremony, where he said the event is one of Guyana's greatest and has the potential to be a marquee event in the Caribbean. The President also underscored the importance of investing in product development. He explained that the government will be making significant investments in infrastructure works in the region and will connect it to other parts of the country.
We have already awarded a contract to rebuild all the bridges into international concrete standard from Linden all the way into Lethem. Furthermore, we have already commenced the signing of the project to pave the highway from Linden to Mabura Hill, and we're exploring different formula in having the bridge completed and then the road paved all the way here to Lethem.
Meanwhile, His Excellency handed over more than 24 vehicles to over 20 communities in the Rupununi as part of his government's aggressive push to enhance the lives of people living in the hinterland. Among the vehicles distributed for community development were tractors with trailers, canters, buses, and ATVs. A pickup and a backhoe were also handed over. President Ali has assured residents of Region 9, Upper Takatu, Upper Essequibo, that his government would ensure that they receive the same benefits as citizens who live on the coastline. The head of state was speaking during a community meeting with residents of Upakari and surrounding satellite villages. The President said funds are currently being spent on developing the infrastructure in the region.
This year, we'll spend $3.7 billion on roads and hinterland roads and bridges, opening up new communities, new farmlands, making it easier for you. From Kurubakari to Lethem, we're going to build 32 new bridges to ensure that our children have equal access to education. In this region, we have spent more than $50 million on textbooks, benefiting more than 7,400 children. 65 schools. Yes, we have been able to give the children during COVID not only teaching lessons but textbooks.
President Ali said the government has spent a historic amount of money in the region, including $197 million in COVID-19 cash grants, which benefited more than 7,800 households. $604 million with the increase in old age pension for the 1,800 recipients, and $235 million in public assistance for 1,400 residents. The head of state also listened to the concerns of the residents and provided on-the-spot solutions. Meanwhile, 3 tractors were handed over to the villages of Kaikumbe, Fly Hill, and Katata. A repaired village bus was also returned to Fly Hill. The President was accompanied by ministers of government, several officials, and the acting top cop. President Ali and First Lady Mrs. H.E Ali joined several cabinet ministers and regional and government officials at the opening of the Visit Rupununi Guyana Tourism Information Center in Lethem Saturday last. During his remarks, the President highlighted the importance of human resources in community-based tourism.
One of the key elements for enhancement of product and even for tourism itself, the most fundamental aspect is the human resource. For tourism to work, the people must understand what tourism means. We must live tourism. And what is living tourism? Living tourism is being the best we can be to each other, to the environment, and more importantly, to the country.
President Ali also noted that part of the region's tourism package must be a partnership with neighboring Brazil.
We must build a common product with our neighbors in Brazil. Once we are able to merge these two products and cooperate we will have one of the most powerful tourism products anywhere in the world.
On Sunday, the President extended Easter greetings to our Christian brothers and sisters and other celebrants while highlighting the integral role the church plays in society. In his message, President Ali said, "In the development of any society, the church is a solid foundation on which important principles rest." The President also pointed out that this year's Easter found us in a better shape as normalcy and recovery are slowly returning. His Excellency and First Lady H.E Ali met and interacted with families, including staff of the Office of the President, who were flying kites and enjoying a sunny Easter Monday at the Everest Cricket Club ground. The head of state accepted the letters of credence from His Excellency Mario Chan as the non-resident ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary of the Republic of the Philippines to Guyana, and the letters of commission from His Excellency Ignatius Graham Mudzimba as non-resident ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary of the Republic of Zimbabwe on Wednesday. The President said partnerships with like-minded countries and institutions are key to achieving the sustainable development goals of eradicating poverty, ending hunger, achieving food security, improving nutrition, and promoting sustainable agriculture.
We'll examine your government's proposal for the conclusion of a partial visa waiver agreement for travel between Guyana and the Philippines. Excellency, Guyana is on the cusp of economic transformation, with opportunities for growth and development of all Guyanese. My government is working towards expanding and diversifying all sectors of the economy. There is also potential for cooperation in education and tourism sectors. I also would like to encourage visits from Zimbabwean companies to explore joint ventures and investments in Guyana. We also stand ready to enhance our collaboration with Zimbabwe at the multilateral level to advance the interests of our two countries and regions on issues high on the international agenda, particularly those relating to climate change.
Government is looking to construct 300 prefabricated homes to satisfy the accommodation demand during the upcoming Caribbean Premier League cricket season in Guyana. His Excellency made a disclosure on Wednesday at the official launch of International Building Expo 2022 under the theme, "A New Frontier for Building a One Guyana."
The prefab homes will be used during cricket to host people, to rent. And the revenue from that rental will go as down payment to the banks for the poorest persons. So the 10-15% that they have to find for the bank will come from the revenue that that building earned for 2 weeks. And that revenue will go towards that, and then so that will take up what they had to find up front. And then if you work it out, the type of houses we're talking about is maybe $15,000 to $20,000 per month. That is the type of innovation we're talking about, and we had discussion on moving forward.
The return of International Building Expo this year is a way to narrate Guyana's future development, as it is designed to showcase growth through the construction and other sectors.
The development of our country and understanding the development of our country can be done through this Building Expo. It is an opportunity to basically narrate the future through planning and through positioning. And that is what Building Expo helps us to do.
President Ali noted that these developments must not be done in isolation, as all stakeholders, particularly the private sector, have a role to play in moving Guyana forward through innovation and technology. Dr. Ali on Tuesday met with a delegation from the Qatari Investment Mission to advance discussions on investment opportunities in Guyana. The Qatari Investment Mission representatives included the Group Chairman of Power International Holding, Mutaz Al-Kiyat, the Group Chief Venture Officer, Power International Holding, Ali Kazma, and the Group Chief Business Development Officer, Power International Holding, Mazen Al-Zbeti. His Excellency Ambassador George Halak and Andrew Halak accompanied the delegation. Vice President Honorable Dr. Bahar Jagdeo, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce Onij Walron, Minister within the Ministry of Public Works Deodat Indar, CEO of Go Invest Dr. Peter Ramsroop, and Director of Projects in the Office of the President Marcia Nadir Sharma were also in the meeting. Dr. Ali also on Wednesday met with a high-level team from the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, at the Arthur Chung Conference Center. President Ali reminded the team that CARICOM has identified agriculture as a key component of development for the region, with a priority on food security. He also spoke about the Agri-Investment Forum and Expo in May and the global interest that surrounds it. The president also held a virtual meeting at the office of the president with former United States Senator Chris Dodd and NSC Senior Director of the Western Hemisphere Juan Gonzalez. Discussions surrounding the agenda of the Organization of American States OAS Summit of the Americas 2022 that will be held in Los Angeles in June. Dodd is serving as a special advisor to the Joe Biden government for the upcoming summit and is expected to be joined by former U.S. Representative Debbie Mucarsel-Powell as part of the U.S. delegation for the event. The summit is set to bring together leaders from North, South, and Central America, along with the Caribbean. President Ali was joined by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, H.E Dr. His Excellency says the government's ICT master plan would ensure that all sectors and stakeholders enhance their efficiency and productivity. This drive, he pointed out, would ensure that the country moves forward in a cohesive and productive manner. President Ali gave this reassurance while delivering the feature address at the first meeting of Guyana's ICT Master Plan 2030 Discovery Kickoff on Wednesday at the Arthur Chung Conference Center.
For us, it is not only about a software or having access to ICT potential. It is far larger than that. So the platform that we are going to build and the master plan outlines the government vision. The consultation is to ensure that every single sector, every single stakeholder is integrated in that vision.
The head of state said one of the paramount aspects of the ICT strategy and master plan will be its integration into the school system. This, he noted, will allow primary school students to start basic training in coding, and as they progress to secondary school, they will be exposed to training in software development. Also on Wednesday, in accordance with the NRF Act and in the exercise of his deliberate judgment, His Excellency appointed Major General Retired Joseph Singh, UK Member of Parliament David Lammy and Carolyn Rodrigues, along with Dunstan Barrow and Ramesh Duku, as the Board of Directors of the Natural Resource Fund of Guyana. Additionally, Major General Retired Singh has been appointed as the Chairman of the Board of Directors by the President. The directors are expected to take their oaths of office shortly. This has been the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Thank you for watching. Do join us again next week.